Go on.
No, it's just I always think... Good morning.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. I always think it's very funny, the things we talk about during the break. And then we suddenly sort of say, we're on air. But we were talking about Milton Keynes. We've been talking about Milton Keynes a lot today.
Yes, I was just saying Susan needs to come and visit.
And I'd be very glad to.
Yes.
Yeah, put the kettle on, I'll be round.
How many roundabouts?
In excess of 130, but very few.
Do I have to go round? Do I have to go around all of them to get to your house?
No.
Yes.
Well, you can if you like. You can never get lost in Milton.
The scenic route.
You can never get lost in Milton Keynes because you just come to the next roundabout.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Very easy.
Anyway, as you've probably gathered, Susan Holder is with us, also Fraser Myers, and to look through the papers. And we're starting with one of these things that we just didn't know about Rishi Sunak.
Yeah, so Rishi Sunak is a fan of intermittent fasting. He fasts for 36 hours every week, from Sunday at 5 p.m. to Tuesday at 5 a.m.
That's not intermittent fasting, though, is it?
That's a big one, isn't it?
Well, that's a big... Oh, that's a proper fast. Oh, OK. The Times is comparing it to intermittent fasting. I mean, apparently it's good for weight loss and things like that. But it's extraordinary. I mean, I personally would probably keel over by, the Monday afternoon if I was...
So he'll be having a really good Sunday roast, won't he, today?
I hope so,
And then at 5, no more eating.
No more eating.
Until Tuesday morning.
Yeah, and just, and only drinking, calorie-free drinks, so just coffee and water and things like that.
Well, he is very slim.
Well, and of course, he's Hindu, and I think it is quite prevalent in the Hindu culture. But, I mean, intermittent fasting is meant to be a really good way to go. And it is meant to... I mean, I'm just thinking, maybe don't ask him much on a Monday morning, because I don't know about you, but if I've gone... I mean, I'm struggling now with the fact that we get up and come and do this without any breakfast, really, because it's too early to eat. And then you do kind of wonder, am I making sense by the time it gets to about this point? No, I'm not. Are you just talking about me? But apparently it is meant to boost brain function and lower blood pressure, which I would think as Prime Minister there's probably quite a lot of that going on.
Maybe if you were working like we do at the weekends, then you could, from 5 o'clock this afternoon, you just go to bed for 24 hours.
And sleep through your fast.
Yeah, you sleep through your fast.
Unfortunately, it's not an option for the Prime Minister on Monday.
No.
But I wonder if around the offices of 10 Downing Street, they sort of say, it's a Monday, he's a bit crabby today.
Yeah, and also because he famously likes quite sweet things as well. So and to the extent that it mentioned in this article, he likes Mexican Coke. So they make
very sweet,
very sweet. So instead, so basically they make it differently in Mexico with cane sugar rather than corn syrup or whatever it might be. So he must have that imported specially or something.
Well,
it shows the strength of character as well, I suppose, being able to kind of stick to that. I mean, I think there's kind of quite positives to be kind of drawn from it, really.
Very interesting.
Yes, well, as long as it's somebody else doing it.
Susan, tell us about the fact that we're probably being watched by a nation of dogs.
Well, 8 out of 10...
How rude.
Apparently, 8 out of 10 dogs enjoy the TV just as much as anybody else. So says the Mail on Sunday. It's researchers...
It's a grip.
It's researchers from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, who are we to argue with them?
Yeah.
And they say they've questioned a lot of owners. I don't think they questioned the dogs. We don't know what the dogs actually... And they said a lot of dogs do actually, they're saying, engage with, kind of react to. They also claim that they watch full-length movies, but I don't think that possibly could be true. But that's what they say. Labradors are the dogs that particularly enjoy it. They particularly enjoy shows about nature, cartoons and cats.
Oh, what a
You do surprise me. They don't like winter sports and skating. So it's not good news for dancing on ice.
Yeah.
I don't...
They're not dancing on ice.
Because it's basically just a white screen.
Do you think that's what... They like the colour and the movement?
Well, they're they're sort of colourblind dogs, aren't they? Or they see in black and white.
Do you leave your TV on for company for your dog when you go out? I know a lot of people do that.
No.
Do you not?
I do, but then it switches itself off after about an hour anyway.
It's also quite a security thing to leave something like a radio on or a TV on. I think it's not better.
GBNEWS radio we put on.
So they can hear your voice. Does that confuse the dog, though, if your voice comes out?
No, because I don't sound like this at home. This is my posh voice.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, you're a lot more... Yeah, he's a lot more northern on the phone as well, aren't you?
I love watching Frasier. Unfortunately, Fraser has a doorbell which is exactly the same as mine.
Oh.
And every time the blooming doorbell goes on Fraser, up goes my dog. She goes balmy towards the front door. And I have to just keep yelling at her, no, it's the television, please, stop it. I wish they'd changed the doorbell. I must find a way to do it.
It might be easier to change your doorbell than get Fraser, which was made a while ago, to get them to change theirs. It's just a suggestion. But it might be easier to change your own doorbell.
Stop watching Fraser.
Who's this? Well, who's Spudman, Fraser?
So Spudman is the latest TikTok sensation. He literally just runs a van where he sells jacket potatoes. But he's attracted customers from all the other side of the world, essentially. People have travelled from Australia and New Zealand to Tamworth for his famous jacket potatoes. The other day he was giving out free jacket potatoes and people were queuing for several hours just to have these jacket potatoes. And I've been watching the videos and I can tell you they're really nothing special. It's genuinely just jacket potatoes with butter, cheese, beans, the usual ingredients.
It just seems to show that if you put anything on TikTok, in the end, it'll get a following.
I think the guy, Spudman himself, seems slightly charismatic and fun, but that's about it. You know?
And I'm a Midlands person, so I don't want to cast aspersions, but is there not much else going on in Tamworth? I mean, it does seem a bit odd.
Particularly. No, because sometimes if you buy the jacket potatoes made by somebody else and they've been in the oven for several hours and they have really nice...
That is great, actually.
Yeah.
But the best ones you ever used to have are when you used to go to the bonfire and they'd actually done them properly and you ate them kind of out in the cold air. That used
and
to
you
be
always
lovely.
burned your fingers,
Yeah,
didn't you? But
it did remind me of the Victoria Wood sketch where she...
Spud You Like.
Spud You Like, or Spudulike, she used to call it. But apparently Spud You Like might be coming back. James Martin, the chef, is apparently going into partnership with Albert Bartlett Potatoes to bring back... I think there's very, very few Spadulicaes left.
But aren't they the red ones?
The
red potato?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a potato expert.
I like
no, but I do love a baked potato.
I love a baked potato.
There are some breeds.
Shall we all go to Tamworth?
Yes. Yeah, well, maybe we need to do a bit of research. There are some breeds of potato that bake better than others, aren't there?
Yeah, I don't know whether they are, but they must be good for baked potatoes, otherwise presumably they wouldn't be promoting it, but I don't know.
Oh, I wouldn't mind going to a Spadulica.
What would you have? What would be your filling of choice?
It'd be butter and cheese.
Yeah, oh, right, OK.
Do they still have them anywhere?
There are a few left.
There's only a few.
Only a few,
I've never been to one.
But we need to get it trending on TikTok so that Gen Z can enjoy the benefits of it.
Spadulicae is a restaurant chain.
Spadulicae.
Franchise.
Victoria Wood's got a lot to answer for, hasn't she?
You know what? I'd never heard of it until she did that sketch.
Spadulicae. I can't call it anything else now either. It's terrible.
Albert Bartlett, I'm looking if he does the red potatoes. Oh, they are? Yes, they are.
Spudulike was founded by Kim Cully and Barbara Kane. The company was acquired then by the British School of Motoring in 1979,
Right down
which helped Spadulicae to rapidly expand its business as a franchise. How weird that it was bought up by the British School of Motoring.
We did it. We've done a deep dive into potatoes here. My husband made them for tea the other day, but he did like potato skins with all different kind of fillings in, and then baked it back in. It was delicious. I mean, it's very simple, isn't it? But I was very impressed by his potato kind of management there. It was great.
Before we had potatoes in this country.
Well, it was a long time ago, because wasn't it Francis Drake who brought them back?
Yeah, from America.
Potato firm Albert Bartlett acquired a number of Spadulicaes in 2019 and then reopened them with an updated menu. And then, as you said, TV chef James Martin teamed up with them to launch an updated Spadulicae menu.
For anyone watching, it is Spud You Like.
No.
We have all just gone mad.
Yeah.
Spadulicae is the way forward. And they are the red ones. I knew my potatoes.
Oh. Isn't it like Nigella Lawson calls the microwave the microwave?
Yeah, but the difference is I don't think she knows any difference.
She doesn't know why.
No.
She can do what she likes.
Very odd. Who's Vicky McClure?
She is the star of...
There's Vicky McClure.
No, don't know.
No, she's the star of...
Line of Duty. She's also
yeah.
in that big show at the moment called Trigger Point. And she was in This Is England, am I right? Is that the one she was in? Anyway,
I've never seen any of those.
Well, she's very, very good. She's an incredible actress, actually. And
She looks a bit like what's-her-face from...
We're doing well with names
Bully and
here.
Sculder.
Oh, do you think so? Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson, she's a great actress.
I thought actually you were going to say she looks a bit like Emma Thompson. I think she also has a bit of an Emma Thompson look to her.
Anyway, what's she been saying?
Well, what she's been saying is that she would never have Botox because she is an actress. And thank goodness somebody is saying this, because isn't it worrying how many people do seem to think that that is the way forward? She's saying, obviously, whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60 or whatever, it's a privilege to be older.
Yeah,
she
but she
certainly
hasn't got
doesn't
line
need
on
it.
the forehead,
She doesn't need it. Yeah, but fringe, that's the answer. No Botox, get a fringe. But yeah, I do think it's worrying now because so many people, apparently 900,000 injections are carried out in this country on people. And people, I was in Soho last night and I was wondering about, and you can't tell how old anybody is anymore. And all the young girls are having things that make them look a mixture of a fish and a cat. The trout pout and the weird eyes.
And they all look the same.
And
now.
they all look the same.
They look like dolls.
I
You've
would
been
never.
Botox, Fraser.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Smile, smile.
No, I've not had any of the lip injections either. I mean, that would raise a few eyebrows, wouldn't it? Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Very good.
I was thinking your forehead wasn't moving. No, but apparently young women are getting Botox done when they don't need it because apparently it stops you getting it. It's like a preemptive treatment.
Well, if that's what they're being told, obviously it's a very good sales technique, isn't it? Yeah. But personally, I do think character and movement of your face is...
It's quite important.
I have to say, it's only since I've been coming on the television, which I've only started doing in the last kind of 2 years.
Thinking about it.
No, I'm not. I just didn't realise how much I moved my face and how many kind of silly faces I pull and go, and I'm terrible. And obviously I've always done it and I was never... But I just have to get over that and realise that that's actually me and that's what I do.
Okay,
and
not to have it done. But it might take...
Possibly a little late for that, but he doesn't need it.
Yes,
how dare you?
No, but when you get a bit old... Sorry. You know...
How very dare you.
I know.
No, yeah, well, no, I don't think that would... I think Noddy Holder looking like Noddy Holder is what you want. Why would you want anything else?
Yeah.
I tell you what, you know those pictures that you see and people go, what an amazing photograph. And it's always those older people in places where they're just a face full of wrinkles. And we always go, oh, God...
The character, but you don't look like it yourself, yeah.
But then as a society, we run away from it.
Yeah, we do. But I do think this whole, the very kind of the up cheekbones, the slanty eyes, the pout. Personally, I don't think it looks good, but that's me. But we are entering a world, and if you go to America and you go, especially on the kind of, on the West Coast, you walk around and a lot of people all look the same. And, I do want to be able to differentiate one person from another.
And American TV presenters, they all look the same.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they?
They have the power cut, so the power bob.
Yeah, it's either a bob or it's the long flowing hair, and it's this very, very plaster face.
And it is a poison you're putting into yourself for no reason. I do think, I'm not sure at all that it's a good thing. You do see when it goes, especially in your lips and things, when it goes
probably
wrong.
turn out to be a phase, and we'll come through it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, if you want wrinkles and grey hair, you're on the right channel. I've got the grey hair. Oh, no.
Are you speaking for yourself?
Talking about me.
You're getting yourself into an awful lot of trouble this morning.
Well, look, I am grey and I have got wrinkles. I don't care. I'm 50 in 4 weeks. I don't care. I'm embracing it all.
Yeah, wow.
It's the way to go, I think, yeah.
Can you believe it? 50?
Wow.
It's a bit of a shock.
I can't believe it. You don't look 50. Is that what he's waiting for us to say?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I don't care. You either get old or you don't.
Well, the alternative is always worse.
Well, absolutely. No,
that's what you've got to remember.
So very quickly, who's the Masked Singer owl? I don't know how long we've got. We've got 20 seconds.
The Masked Singer was unveiled. The last person to be kicked off was Lorraine Kelly. She was singing as an owl. And then the other thing we were going to talk about was the Traitors, but it would take me far too long to explain that.
But it's good.
It was good, but mainly my personal thing about it that I loved was Claudia Winkleman's wardrobe. So she looked fantastic, and I want all the clothes.
You can have them. They're all yours. Thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you.